All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Welcome to React and Chill. On this channel, there's two things I like to do: sit on my butt and talk about the music I like. Now, here we talk about Love Bites We The United. This is a classic Love Bites song. If you're a Love Bites fan, you know the song very well. If you watched their live performances or live concerts, you've heard the song. And just about, I don't think, is there a live concert that they have done where they haven't played We The United? It is an excellent closer. This song has an energy to it that is very inviting, is very warm, and I'm going to take my time to talk about the song yet again. I realize I've talked about the song quite a bit, but particularly the performance here on Knockin' at Heaven's Gate. Now, yes, it is a great closer song. Why is that? Well, if I were to describe We The United with any sort of emotion, it would be joy. It would be the vibe of coming together as fans, and enjoying and celebrating a wondrous moment, sharing it with fellow Wolfpack members, right? That's what it is. It just has this great, warm, bright energy to it that's just so comforting. Now, the things I really like about this performance, first of all, the aesthetics of it. Very clean, very crisp, very, very fitting for Love Bites. It is very ivory. It's very white. It's very pure. I mean, everything there, from the columns to the set design to even the lights being that bright white, looking like almost like stars in the distance, like little suns or, little flares, like bright flares there. Almost have like this angelic aura there. I've said this before in another reaction, that when the ladies get on stage, when they're in their makeup, when they're in their, when they have their set look, when they have their stage performance look, they look magnificent, Sure, you could say they look beautiful. Sure, you could say that. Yeah, but it's like they've upgraded. They become like a character. They become like this mystical, like goddess-like thing. And this is not me, quote, simping for them or anything like that. This isn't even me as a man like describing these ladies in a beautiful way. I'm just being objective. When they're on stage in their with their look there, they look magnificent. And they play music that matches it. And they have this presence on stage that matches it as well. Here, particularly in this song, now, We The United is not a complicated song for Love Bites. Actually, it's very simple. And that's kind of the thing with We The United. That's what makes it a great closer, and I think gives that kind of warm feeling of camaraderie there, coming together to enjoy a moment. The song is pretty much, it keeps a consistent sound, pretty much a consistent phrase throughout, and it doesn't deviate from that. Now, some might say that's an issue with the song, but if anything, that's how the song is designed. It's what it's intended to be, and I think the purpose for that is to be that great closer that brings people together, right? Right. It doesn't have a lot of surprises. The surprises that it does have is what you see when they perform live. Now, a lot of it's not really surprises if you've been watching Love Bites live all the time. You're very familiar with what happens. You're going to get Midori and Miyako all there on stage. You're even going to get a moment where everyone's on stage. Of course they're all on stage, but I mean on front and center. You're going to have Fami there, Midori, Miyako, Asami, all there, going from one side to the other side, depending on what the stage is like and all that. It's very much, hey, we are celebrating this moment with the fans, with the crowd. Let's have a good time. And in order to do that, you need a song that isn't too complicated, because you don't want to be so focused on getting everything just right. You want something a little bit easier that you can kind of strum and do, which they do for this song, and be able to move around on stage and do the crowd service, the fan work there, and that's what the song allows, and that's one of the strengths of this song. It really works very well live, especially from this performance that I saw, which is just amazing. So another good thing I think about this particular performance there is the inclusion of the grand piano. So there is some piano work in this song, and here in this song, it's not Miyako doing it, it's Asami doing it. Now, whether or not Miyako did it in the studio, I'm not exactly sure. But Asami has not just skills in singing, but she has skills in playing the piano as well. So she takes time from singing and goes over to the piano, plays a little bit, and then does a nice little on the piano. Very cool, very elegant, nice little touch. Love it. It just goes so well with the song. It goes well with the overall tone, with the overall vibe of the song, which is just so good. Now, another cool thing about this is, let's talk about Haruna, the drummer. If Haruna could be front and center, she definitely would be. Unfortunately, you can't really move a drum kit around with that ease. But the band also goes up there with her, and they share that energy. They all kind of bask in that warm glow that they're kind of giving off. And when I say warm glow, I'm not being weird about it. I'm being objective. Like, you guys seen this performance. If you haven't already, definitely check it out. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's like having this great time. Fami, when she's playing, you see her just smiles for days. It's like she's radiating this positive energy. Midori as well. When she hits those power chords and lets the guitar air out. That's one thing I like about the song. A lot of the verse is really just hitting it, letting it air out, letting the drums kind of fill in. Midori kind of coming in there with cool little like hammer-ons. I don't know. I'm sure what you call it. But it sounds kind of like palm muted in a way. It sounds very cool. There is some technical stuff going on in the song, even though it's kind of one of the more simpler Love Bites songs. Yeah, but anyway, I was just getting in there. But even while Miyako's doing that, she's still taking time to smile and really show like the positive vibes that are going on with this song here. Both Midori and her, especially when they come together and they share that space, almost shoulder to shoulder, sometimes shoulder to shoulder when they play this song. It's just very cool. It's like, it's just a great time, man. There's something about this song. When I was listening to it while playing some games, kind of like soaking in the music here, I was like, something about this song that almost kind of reminds me of like certain classical scores. Now, of course, I'm not a classical music kind of guy. I listen to it every now and then, but it kind of reminded me of those things, almost whimsical. That word. Do you think that word fits this song? Almost whimsical in a way. It has like this, it's not a heavy song. It's not trying to be the heaviest song. That's not the intended purpose of the song. It's not trying to be thrash. It's power metal-ish, but because of the drumming. But even then, I guess you could say it's more power metal-ish, but it's almost leaning towards ballad. It's kind of there. I'm having difficulty with this part. Maybe help me in the comment section on that one there. Yeah. Definitely very whimsical. Definitely very, there's a big grand sound to the song. And I definitely got that impression from this performance watching it, and just how open it is. It sounds open, especially in this performance here. It sounds very clean, very crisp, very open, and you can hear everything so clearly. Everything fits, and it's like what it's inviting into to create the song to make that moment more whole, more full, is the sounds from the crowd, which you can kind of hear at times. This definitely is a song that's intended for a live audience, to be recorded live like this. So it's one of those gems. It's one of those classics from Love Bites. I want to take some time to talk about this performance and this live performance here. I just really enjoyed it. I just had it, yet talk about the song yet again. Look at this. I think this might be the third video, maybe the fourth video talking about this one particular song, We The United. But what do you think? Anything I said here sounds kind of crazy? Do you agree with the stuff I said? You let me know in the comments section. With that said, you guys take it easy and have a good one.